El siguiente programa muestra fallas de origen debido a la sobresaturación de las líneas de comunicación en el mundo causada por la pandemia mundial del COVID-19. Gracias por su comprensión. Bienvenidos a Friends at Home, segunda temporada, el programa fresco, único e irreverente de Running Side. Hoy contamos con la presencia de Tom Coronel, piloto de automovilismo neerlandés. Cuenta con más de 30 años de experiencia dentro del motorsport. Inició su carrera deportiva en 1990 en la Citroën EX Cup, campeón de la Fórmula 3 y Fórmula Nippon en Japón. Ha participado dentro de la Fórmula Ford, Fórmula Opel Euro Series, 24 horas de Le Mans, Gran Turismo en Japón, el Campeonato Mundial de Turismos, Rally Dakar, entre otros. Es hermano gemelo de Tim Coronel, quien participa en la GT4 European Series. Tom Coronel, aquí en Rally Inside Plus Internacional.
Vamos a hablar ahora con un Dakarman, because he's one part of the Dakarman, because we have another part with a Dakarman, Tim and Tom Coronel. They are so active in social media, and if you follow them, for example, in Instagram or in Twitter or whatever, they are going to follow you. So, and they are so close with the people all the time, and they are so warm, and they are so friendship with all the people. But they are like the iconic part of the Dakar, because I can't realize a Dakar with the brothers Coronel. How are you, Tom?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Of course, the Dakar Rally is already some time ago. This year we will wait and see. We're just rebuilding the chassis. At the moment, we're taking the car apart and working hard to make some steps on the car for next year. But the intention is, of course, to be there again.
Yes, we know, but actually you cannot stay one race, but you are always all the year long with the people, so close with the people. How can you realize that? Because I can understand that you, for example, it's your passion. It looks like
yes
that the motorsport is your passion, because it's very obviously. But not all the times our passion means that we love to be in touch with the people, and you are always in touch with the people. How can you realize it and say, yes, this is the thing that we are going to stay because we really want?
Well, it's quite easy. I think we are addicted all together, the motorsport fans as well as the drivers. I cannot live without motorsports, you know. I need to race nearly every weekend, whatever it is, as long as there's 4 cars and some horsepowers, I like to play. And then it's easy. We have the same hobby. We have the same passion for this type of sport. So then it's quite easy to connect with all your fans, and this is how I see it as well. I meet people on the tracks. I meet people on social media, which is quite easy. Let's say 20 years ago, 30 years ago, it was different, you know. You got your promotion all by the magazines and the newspapers and those kind of things. And then still those newspapers had to connect with your fans. But now the fans can connect directly to you. And that gives you a good feeling, you know. We're quite big on social media, the people like it. So why not? Then it's quite easy to connect. Also, of course, I have some people around me who are always busy with us. While Tim and me are driving, we have here in this office, we have a type of 24-hour emergency Coronel Center to support us, and also to put all our content online on Twitter and Facebook, our videos, everything.
So do you remember one person who get the approach by social media, and then years or months later that person presents in front of you, and now they is a friend of you?
Oh yes. There are quite a lot of friends, especially in South America, who I meet in the Dakar Rally over there. The passion of the motorsport is so strong in your region. So that was quite easy, you know. You connect people, but it's digital. You don't know who they are exactly, and then you meet them in person. You know, it's very funny, and it's very easy also. You know, where are you? I'm here, and then you just give your WhatsApp. I give my telephone number, and people connect, and then you meet people. You have a beer with people you never knew before, and without social media, you would have never met. Why?
And you are so Latin for us. So you are so close for us. So you are so warm for us. So that's really nice. No?
It's like I explained. We have the same addiction. We have the same drug we like. So what I see is in South America, motorsport is really big, very very big. I see on Fox Nitro and all those type of programs. I see big communities. Also, I see it during the Dakar Rally. Along the sides, how many spectators is amazing. I mean, we don't have that in Europe. So I can see the sport is quite warm by you guys, not by us. I'm just one of the participants, and this makes it cool to connect. Finally, you know, we are driving, other people are cheering for us. You know, you're one family. This is how it is.
The only thing that you have to do right now is to practice the hard sport of the friendship.
Yeah, but it's quite easy, you know. This is what they say in the championship I race, and even my sponsors, they say, you know, they say you make more noise than the winner. You get more publicity than the winner. I said, well, yeah. Just be yourself, you know. And of course, we always show things around motor racing, not only like, oh, I won, you know, the ego. We are not interested in that. We just like it with the adventure, the stories behind it, and those kind of things. And this is why it connects.
The funniest story that you had passed in all your motorsport career, that you now in this moment you can tell everybody and you continue laughing, and there's going to be the story that when you have grandsons and whatever, you are going to tell them and you continue laughing.
The biggest story was when I was racing in Japan. I was racing there Formula 3 with Tom's Toyota. I ran into the office of the big boss and I said, I want to do the Marlboro Masters in Zandvoort, which is in my country, which is a big event. And then he said, yeah, but we can't, because during the same weekend we have a race here in Japan. And I said, yeah, but that's easy. We're not going to do that one. Yeah, but that's not possible because of the sponsorship and all the people. And I said, I don't care. It's very easy. I will do the Marlboro Master. And I said, I come back tomorrow and we have and you think about it. So the next day I came back in the office and again he said, yeah, but Tom, that's not possible. We don't have an engine. And I said, but what do you mean we have no engine? It's the same engine which we use in the race in Japan. We use in Holland. And okay. If you think like this, I said, it's very easy. Then he said, yeah, but we cannot ship the car in time. But I had already pre-booked all the shipping with the car. So I said, here are all the papers, is no problem. So there were no excuses for him anymore. So he said, okay, you can go. And then when we went, we were here and the big boss of Tom's Toyota was not here during the Marlboro Master and I qualified P4. And we had was Mark Webber, me, Heidfeld, I believe Montoya. We were racing there and the race on Saturday, I called and I said, we won. He said, good joke, Tommy. Just tell me, how was it? I said, we won, we fucking won. So the guy went completely crazy because he also said, it's all thanks to you because I put all effort inside. I fixed with the sponsorship here in the Netherlands, but it was just, I was racing in Japan and while I was winning races there, they said, yeah, he can win races in Japan, but he should race in Europe to show how big his balls are. And then I put all the risk in, full everything on, let's say, number 9, I play in the casino, and we won it. And even my boss couldn't believe it when I called him, and that was a good one.
Do you know, yesterday we were talking with Albert Lovera.
Yeah.
And Albert Lovera has a very nice story that I asked him to tell all the people here. And it was that he was 1.5 years every single day asking for, hey, I want my license to be a driver. and the Federation of Spain said, okay, we are going to think about it. Okay, come 3 months later or something.
Yeah.
And he was every single day, hey, what happened? What happened? What happened?
Yeah.
Someday the federation, they say, okay, I can't handle you anymore.
Yeah,
so
take
take your, no. And he started racing and he started to win, no? But I think the most different, the most difficult departments are the money one, the money,
Yes.
the sponsors.
This is why I focus on the sponsors. It's very easy. Without the sponsors, I cannot race.
Yes.
These are my partners. This, yeah, DHL, Euro, Tricorp. These are my partners. So without them, I would never have the story. I don't win the race. We win the race together, and so I focus with everything that all my partners and my sponsors get always full pool promotion. And it's more important than to become second in a race and to make your sponsors happy than to win the race, and they don't care, So this is why also I push quite hard on social media, because it's very good for my sponsors, for my partners. It's part of the job. It's part of the job of racing.
But there's different moments when the big bosses of these trademarks or these brands, of even to the motorsport team, the bosses doesn't see the picture that you are seeing, the picture that you are watching.
Yeah, but this is why I'm
really
showing
difficult,
them.
no?
Yeah, but I show them all the time. I send them nearly every day. Look this magazine, look this TV item, look this, look that, look here pictures, look here my model car, look here in the magazine. And every time, every week, I give them food to digest, to say, whoa, again, whoa.
Now you are a Hollywood star. But when you started, it was so difficult, I think,
But
no?
what
was the challenge there?
No, I did the same. When I started, I did the same. Because I knew already from the beginning, without sponsors, I will never race. They were always happy. And I found out, if you connect with your sponsor and all the time you keep them happy, all the time you talk with them, you become an ambassador of that brand. And once you're an ambassador for that brand and you do very well, why should they stop? They will never stop.
And you know what? This is going to be behind in the backstage of this program as some advice, because it's an advice for all the people who start racing and they are nobody in the motorsport right now, and it's really hard for them to find a sponsor, to trust them, no?
Yeah,
so it's really important.
It's the base. It's the most important thing of motor racing, because I'm very good, but I have no sponsors. Yeah, so what are you doing here? Somebody has to pay the tires and the fuel and the car. It doesn't fall out of the sky, the money. Somebody has to pay the tires and the fuel and the engine. So it's easy. The priority of motorsport is make your sponsors, partners, whatever you want to call it, make them happy.
Yes, and be part of the team, actually. Not just give me your money. You are part of my team. It's really
I'm not
important.
interested in the money. I use the money for racing to give them more publicity, because otherwise they just buy an advertisement.
Hey guys, you have to take note of this. I don't care about the money. I use the money, but I take care of my sponsors.
I don't make money in motorsport. I don't earn money in motorsport.
Yeah.
Everything what goes in goes full in motorsport. Everything.
Hey, very nice advice, Tom.
This is entrepreneurship. This is how you build up a business. If you take every time money out of your business, you cannot grow your business. It's the same in the business. Keep your money in, keep your money, grow. And then once you are something, okay, maybe you can have some money for yourself. But also the last 10 seasons, I've not made money in racing. Zero. I always go all in. When I was racing in Japan, there I was a professional. But the last 10 years, no, I'm not a professional in motor racing. It looks like I'm professional in motor racing, but I don't make money in motor racing, because everything what goes in goes full back into the social media, the partnership, this kind of things. All the dealerships in Holland, they have this. I make myself all the model cars. One moment. Is here, like here. These are the model cars I make myself.
Oh, really?
I make everything
Wow.
myself. My signature,
Okay.
all my partners, my sponsors, and this is what we do. Here, here the seat, the play seat is easy.
Sí.
Sponsors from Cornell eat my dust. I give to all my sponsors. Here's eat my dust on the bottom.
Yes.
This is my bag for traveling. Like my race car. Also,
Beautiful.
everything you do is around the partnership with your sponsors.
So the partnership has to be like your wife, because you have to to all make them love all their love for you, for them, and all the all the attention.
And it's very easy. If the fans are happy, my sponsors are happy. Not because I have to do it, it's because I like doing it. So it's natural.
But you enjoy to do it. Yes, of course. That's the difference. You are always travel with your brother, or not always?
No. For Dakar, yes, we've always done together. But for the WTCR, my races in the World Championship, I'm traveling just alone. Tim is not doing that. Most of the time, then Tim is building the car in the Netherlands.
How can you tell us the most funniest experience traveling with your brother?
Wow. Yeah, that's quite a lot, of course. I remember one time Tim was in the US with my passport, so that's wrong. We're twins, so who knows who's who, The best thing I think with Tim was when I stopped with the Dakar in Peru in the dunes in the night. And I was very close to the bivouac, only 20 kilometers, but I couldn't make it, so I had to wait until the sun came up. So it became dark. So I said, Tim, and what now? He said, well, it's very easy. Sleep, and I see you tomorrow morning when it gets light. You come to me, and that's it. I said, but, and then what? I have to stay alone. He said, yeah, but what's the problem? There is no problem. He said that when you're cold, just start the engine, go behind the engine, and then when you're warm again, go to sleep, because tomorrow morning you need your energy. By the way, see you tomorrow. Have fun. Bye-bye. On the satellite telephone, I was like, what? I'm alone. How is this possible? And this was quite a funny moment. I will never forget that he gave me that type of advice. And
what happened the next day?
I arrived in the morning. I arrived there. He said, here's your coffee. We fix your car. And by the way, in 10 minutes, you have to leave again. For the next stage. So yeah, I was just in time. I arrived.
The motorsports had very important since you were kids.
Yes. First of all, we are named after a car brand because it's Tim Alfa, Tom Romeo. The story is that we have been produced on the back seat of the Alfa Romeo car.
Okay.
But no, for us it's quite logical. My grandfather was a very famous motorbike racer. My brothers were race car drivers. My father was a race car driver. So it's logical. We also became race car drivers.
Like a family tradition, no?
Yeah. My wife is a race car driver. So everybody is in my life. It's a lifestyle.
And for example, if you were not part of motorsport, what else could you be? Nothing?
No, motorsport. That's my life. I am made for motorsport.
So you were born, race and whatever, and will die in motorsport.
100%. There's no second choice.
And you are so happy to be a racer, because I can see your mood, your smile, how you express about that with all your passion.
This is how I cannot be negative. I don't like negative people. I don't like negative stories because they don't exist. Because from something negative, there's always something positive. You remember my big crash in Villarreal when the tire broke, when I hit the fire truck. Okay, very bad. I destroyed my car. It was in the first free practice. The bolts were broken on a chassis. It was not my mistake, but I could not race. A lot of financial troubles because we had to rebuild the car. But I had more promotion than the next 10 winners. because I directly took the video and I said, oh, this is what I do. And this is what the fans like, I'm genuine, I'm real. It's not fake. I'm not acting.
Do you know something? I was thinking that many times, actually all the times when we have sponsors, because actually I have, we have to, a compromise to get them to show them our work, and then we prepare so specific hospitality for them or something.
Yes.
So we all the time we are thinking on that, and we have them, but always we have story that something is all wrong with our best sponsor, or maybe a perspective of a sponsor or something that happened, and at the end it happened, so they are now our sponsor. Do you have some story like that?
Well, there are people who started to work with me. I think at DHL, my sponsor now, it was quite funny. I met the big boss, and the big boss said, I like your personality. You're easy. You're connected. I can see. And then I just sent him an email like, we can make a yellow car like this. And 40 minutes later, I got a message back by BlackBerry. Looks good, but I don't see any quotation. I'm like, holy shit.
No.
Was it that easy? But he knew me already. He said, I met you. I know who you are. I know what you do. And this is how I became the ambassador of DHL. Always to connect, to go direct, not with marketing offices and marketing people and everything in between. I go directly to the big bosses. And first of all, you connect more easy. There's no disruption. And what they also said is like, they didn't even know. I have taxi rides. I have also an extra TCR DHL car, which on Saturday night, I take the clients of DHL for some laps, some VIP laps. And I also give them the team gear. I give them the model car, but DHL, they don't know. I just do it, because I think it's part of my job. And they said, you give more than we expect. And this is how we got more connected and trustful. Now, I don't make any marketing campaign, nothing. They just say, okay, he takes coffee, steer to the left, sugar. He says, next year again, huh? I say, okay, next year again.
Okay.
It's because they see you deliver. Mm-hmm. You do more than they expect. So then it's all, and after 5 years, every year, it was the first year, they said, it's only for 1 year. I said, okay, no problem. Now it's 7 years.
Yes.
7.
Yes.
This is all trust and deliver. Yeah? Yes. Give them more than they expect.
Yes, very good. Very, very, very good. And your most important familiar experience in one race with you, for example?
I think that was my first win in the WTCR when I made the tire choice with front slick and rear rain tire. This was very unique because nobody did it, and this is how I won the race. And I remember calling back home and I said, hey, I won the race. Yeah, but you start P17. I mean, what do you mean? Yeah, I said I was just more clever than the others. Not more fast, but I was more clever with the tire choice. Yeah, that was really cool because my wife is also a racer, so she understands my mindset. She understands how we are. We are very egoistic. We are very strange people. Race car drivers are strange people.
Yes. Oh, wow! Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Oh, you are so handsome, baby.
Oh yeah. Good one, huh?
Oh, what's his name? What's his name?
Ice and Denzel. Denzel.
Very good, baby. Oh.
Very good.
It's like a horse.
Yes.
So big.
Very nice.
Tom, it was a pleasure for us, and thank you for sharing us your office, your dog, your luggage, your cars, your experiences. And we always look forward to know something about the next post of the Coronels brothers.
No problem. Follow us. Here is my sim. There's next week is going to be a new simulator. Here,
Okay.
little city corner with some trophies.
Okay.
And even in my garage, which is behind here. I can show
Yes.
you.
Show us.
Yes.
Yes.
Here is very funny because all the trophies. One moment, put the light on. Okay, let's see. It's my bikes. Here you see just in crates. You see all the trophies.
Okay. And why those trophies are there? And not in your living room.
There are too many here, so I don't care. Okay, good one.
Very, very nice, and thanks to so much because all the people, we are enjoying your life, and thank you for sharing to us, and many success for the next season, because we are not going to know when it's going to start, but
It will start. Someday it will start, and I will be there. Don't worry.
we are going to put here your social media in order to invite all the people that they don't follow you to follow you. That's right?
Good, push it. Thank you very
Very
much.
good.
Bye, South
Very
America. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.
En el siguiente episodio.
Locale, non c'era ancora Rally Legend, organizzavo gare minori e Walter Roll si offrì di provare la mia Porsche con cui correvo nei rally storici.
No te lo pierdas. Friends at Home de Rally Insight Plus Internacional.